Hi everyone, this is Dr. Fox. Let's talk about the alveoli. In this video, we'll describe the alveoli, their structure, histology, and circulation. The alveoli come from respiratory bronchioles. Recall that conducting bronchioles give rise to terminal bronchioles. Terminal bronchioles are the end of the conducting system, and from terminal bronchioles, we have respiratory bronchioles. Respiratory bronchioles are where we have gas exchange beginning, and that is the function of the alveoli. Alveolus is the singular, alveoli is the plural, and what this means is little pits or cavities. So we also have alveolar processes which surround our teeth, the cavities into which our teeth go in the maxilla and mandible. Histologically, these are basically just pouches of epithelium. They have a layer of simple squamous epithelium supported by a basement membrane, and they occur in clusters, which we call alveolar sacs. They are the target site of exchange for pulmonary circulation. So recall, with pulmonary circulation, we have pulmonary arteries going into arterioles, going into these alveolar capillary beds that are deoxygenated blood coming from the right side of the heart, so coming from the systemic loop, that needs to dump its carbon dioxide and pick up its oxygen. And then we have pulmonary venules going into pulmonary veins, which will return that richly oxygenated blood back to the left atrium of the heart so that it can be sent out via the systemic loop. Now, there are several different types of alveolar cells. The most abundant are the type 1 alveolar cells. We refer to this as the respiratory epithelium because it's across this tissue that gas exchange happens. Respiratory epithelium, these type 1 alveolar cells, are just simple squamous epithelium. And so with simple squamous epithelium, we have a very thin layer of tissue supported by a basement membrane. Now, when we think on the other side of that, the capillary also has simple squamous epithelium supported by a basement membrane. So this is a very short distance across which gases can move. It's so thin that it's about 1/2 of a micrometer. And owing to the saccular nature of alveoli, the sum total of respiratory epithelium is about 70 square meters. That's about the size of a racquetball court, so that's quite large. Now, interspersed amongst these type 1 alveolar cells are type 2 alveolar cells. Type 2 alveolar cells are more cuboidal in nature, and they're more secretory. And specifically, they secrete a substance called surfactant. This is also secreted in the bronchioles. What surfactant does is it reduces surface tension, helping to maintain the patency or the openness of the alveoli so that they don't collapse in on themselves. Also present within alveoli are specialized macrophages, which we call dust cells. So as you can imagine, as we breathe in material, there can come some impurities, some small bits of material that come along that need to be dealt with. Along the respiratory tract, oftentimes mucosa is going to trap this, and the mucus elevator can move it up into the throat where it can either be transported down the esophagus or coughed out, expectorated. But the finer material that makes it into the respiratory side needs to be dealt with, and these dust cells can phagocytize foreign material, break it down, and deal with it. So let us assess the knowledge. Which cells are responsible for secreting surfactant? Is it dust cells? Nope. Those are for dealing with foreign material. Type 1 alveolar cells? Nope, that's a respiratory material. Epithelium. Type 2 alveolar cells? Yes. Type 2 alveolar cells, those cuboidal cells, secrete surfactant. Thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to talking to you in the next video. Take care.